Hello, little adventurers, and welcome back to our story corner. Today, we're joining our favorite fluffy friend, Tzupi, on a brand new exploration. Tzupi, the little white bunny with the big blue eyes and the floppiest of ears, was hopping merrily through a meadow filled with wildflowers. The sun was warm, the butterflies were dancing, and everything was just perfect. He loved days like this, where every blade of grass seemed to hold a secret and every gentle breeze whispered a story. He hopped along a winding path, his little nose twitching as he took in all the sweet smells of clover and daisies. The path led him closer and closer to a sparkling stream that gurgled and giggled as it flowed over smooth, gray stones. Tzupi loved the stream. He would often sit by its edge, watching the tiny fish dart back and forth like silver needles. He dipped a paw in, just to feel the cool, refreshing water. It was a perfect, peaceful afternoon. Suddenly, a sound unlike any he'd heard before pierced the quiet air. Ribbit, ribbit. It was loud, it was deep, and it came from right near the stream. Tupi froze, his big, floppy ears twitching back and forth nervously. What could make such a strange noise? Was it big? Was it scary? For a moment, he thought about hopping back into the safety of the tall grass. His little heart was beating like a tiny drum inside his chest. But then, another ribbit echoed, this one sounding a bit more cheerful. Tzupi's curiosity, which was even bigger than his ears, started to take over. He just had to know what was making that sound. So, taking a deep, brave breath, he took a tiny, cautious hop forward. Then another, and another. He tiptoed through the soft moss that grew along the stream's bank, peering between the tall reeds. He moved so quietly, you wouldn't have even known he was there. He was determined to solve this musical mystery. And then, he saw it. Perched majestically on a big, round, green lily pad was a creature Tzupi had never seen before. It was bright green, with big, bulging eyes and a very wide smile. It was a frog. The frog puffed out his throat and let out another mighty ribbit. But this time, Tzupi wasn't scared at all. He could see that the frog wasn't trying to be scary. He was singing. It was a happy, boisterous, froggy song, and he sang it with all his heart. Tzupi tilted his head, his floppy ears drooping to one side as he listened. The frog's song was so full of joy. It wasn't like the gentle chirping of the birds or the soft buzzing of the bees. It was a bold, bubbly, and wonderfully unique sound. Tzupi had never heard music quite like it. He found himself swaying from side to side, completely mesmerized by the frog's performance. The little green singer seemed to be having the time of his life. The frog noticed Tzupi watching him and gave him a friendly wink. He croaked out a steady, rhythmic beat. Ribbit croak, an idea popped into Tzupi's head. He wanted to join in. He lifted one of his big back feet and gave a soft thump on the ground. Thump, the frog croaked again. Ribbit croak. Tzupi thumped a little louder. Thump thump. He was making a beat, just like a little bunny drum. The frog seemed to love it. He croaked faster, and Tzupi thumped his feet to match the rhythm. Ribbit croak, thump thump. Ribbit croak, thump thump. They were making music together. A little bird flew down to a nearby branch to listen, and a squirrel paused its net gathering to watch the unlikely duo. The meadow was filled with their funny, fantastic music. Tzupi giggled, his whole fluffy body shaking with delight. It was the most fun he'd had all day. After a few more minutes of their jam session, the sun began to dip lower in the sky, painting the clouds in shades of orange and pink. It was time for Tzupi to head home. He gave one last big thump thump with his feet. The frog let out a final, friendly ribbit. Tzupi waved a cheerful goodbye with his paw. The frog waved back with a little green hand. Tzupi felt so happy. He had been a little scared at first, but his curiosity had led him to a wonderful new friend and a brand new kind of music. As he hopped back home, Tzupi kept humming the frog's tune to himself. He couldn't wait to tell his family all about the singing green frog and their musical adventure by the stream. It just goes to show, sometimes the most wonderful surprises are waiting just around the corner, if you're brave enough to go and look. Thank you so much for joining Tzupi on his adventure today. We hope you had as much fun as he did. If you loved our story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more wonderful tales. We can't wait to see you again for our next story. Bye for now.